so much, Dr. K, for that gracious introduction, and to all of the extraordinary figures who have been here to address you. I saw the governor in the back, and I wanted to tell him to his face, out of honesty, what I'd said behind his back. And that is, ain't nothing better than a white boy who knows he's messed up.
Come on.
Who stays in office to fix it up. Don't get rid of that, brother. Let him stay. Because the next white man will say, I ain't done nothing wrong to you. I don't owe nothing for you. But the white man who messed up will fess up, then fix up what he done messed up. Welcome to Virginia. I'm honored to be here today, see so many people that I know and love. The great queen of Black America, Susan Taylor, is in the house today. I want to stand up so you can see the queen of Black America, Susan L. Taylor. And E.R. Shipp is in the building, Pulitzer Prize winning columnist, intellectual extraordinaire. Stand up, E.R., so folk can see. E.R. Shipp. The great poet Kepler Burns is here, magician of words, grammatical wizard, linguistic lion, and literary adept. Stand up, Kepler, so they can see you as well. Is here, Miss Brown. I want y'all to pray for me on the way home, because I hope Miss Brown got enough sleep so she can get us back. And she's from Virginia. Stand up, Miss Carolyn Brown. Tremendous intellectual, great author, artist, and writer. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. Y'all know what it's about. 1619. When America says the worst act of terror happened on 9/11, you're wrong. We talk about healing. Dr. Battle did a brilliant job theologically demystifying the constructs of hurt and pain that delegitimate and dehumanize us in order for us to rise up again. But we know that black folks, 1619 is a significant event and time and number. Now we know, as is their wont, some West Indian black folk got here before then. In 1616, in Bermuda, black West Indians always getting there a little bit ahead so they can have bragging rights. 1619, 20 and odd Negroes bought for victuals, for provisions, traded for provisions. And in 1619 began a long nightmare of devastating impact upon the Americas. And yet we must remember 1619. Isn't it interesting that the New York Times, with the great Nicole Hannah-Jones, puts out that 1619 document under the leadership of the executive editor, another black man, Dean Buckett? When Negroes get into space and spot and spirit, it makes a difference. But some white folk done lost their minds. Jiminy Cricket, what are you doing? This is vicious, this is bitter, writing op-eds trying to detest us for recalling that history as if we are indicting America. We're not indicting America, we're indicting whiteness in America. They ain't the same. Whiteness has become so universal that whiteness has been co-equivalent to Americanness, and when you challenge whiteness, it looks like you're challenging America. The great theologian Beyonce said that a myth is arisen in America, that whiteness is America, and when we challenge whiteness and racism, it looks as if we are challenging America. No, we are asking you to live up, as Dr. King said, to the true meaning of your creed. 1619, when those 20 Africans extracted from their Western African soil and brought here against their will before the Nina and Peter, before the Mayflower, before the arrival of immigrants to America, forcible immigrants, coerced Negroes who were brought here to do the labor of a culture that has the unabashed humanity and the gall to call us lazy when we did all the work. In case you wonder what I mentioned that, by Robert Williams, was called the Black Intelligence Test for Cultural Homogeneity. So 1619 arrived, a critical spot of memory for America, and yet, as Gore Vidal said, we live in the United States of amnesia. We don't want to remember. This brilliant intellectual Dr. K, teaching in Baltimore, has a radio show that reminds America constantly what it has refused to acknowledge, and she gets threats like I get threats. Because America loves history except when it comes to us. Can't get enough of Thomas Jefferson just up the road. In Monticello, he was a genius. Secretary of State, architect of Monticello, a man of words and letters, wrote notes on Virginia, and in notes on Virginia, before he became president, he remonstrated against the Negro who lacked the rational capacity to engage in abstract reasoning. But that was during the day. He got to move the Vandross tapes and start creeping. Don't you remember? I told you I loved you, Sally. Many white Americans couldn't fathom, couldn't wrap their mind around the fact that a man of high intelligence and genius IQ would dare demote himself to being with a black woman. I can tell you from multitudinous experience, if you ever have the privilege to be with a black woman, you have got to live it up. Everything women try to buy out of a box or out of a cosmetic surgeon, black women had it included with the batteries when it came in the package. Beautiful lips and beautiful hips and glorious gluteus maximus, like God in the black woman's body and mind and spirit and soul. And so America couldn't believe that Thomas Jefferson would demote himself. What he understood is that love transcends the infinite barriers of ethnicity and race. There was something in that black girl, that young black girl, that tamed the wildness of whiteness in that man. And even though he tried to enslave others, he set them free, because in his mind and spirit, that black woman worked black woman magic long before it became a thing. And she transformed the nation to secretary for Black Destiny. 1619, measured by 1719. When 10 Negroes were in Louisiana, and in 1719, 100 years later, they brought 2 ships from West Africa to Louisiana that changed the landscape of America. When we talk about Creole, when we talk about the French and the Spanish and the English coming together, when we celebrate what we now know as New Orleans, that was benefited by and advantaged by the fact that we were brought there because we always had the flavor wherever we go. Where the black folks show up, we add color, character, conscience, and consciousness. We turn the thing out even when we ain't in control. So in 1719, black folks set about making a difference and remaking Louisiana. And now you see the creolization of American culture, the hybridity of the multiplicity of differences and identities that we represent. That's why when you look at black folk, we got every color you can imagine. That's why we got to get rid of this colorism. We got everything you want: vanilla vitality, caramel cuteness, chocolate charm. We got brown beauty, everything you want. I don't know why you looking outside, just look inside. We got everything you can imagine. Now I know some of us light-skinned people get highly sensitive. Beyonce releases a song about dark-skinned black women, and light-skinned Negroes lost their mind. Oh my God, is she talking about us? No. Now, I know it's hard to be in exile as a light-skinned man. I've been there for the last 25 years. Denzel, Wesley, and Idris Elba, they've been taking over the game. Now, Drake and Steph Curry are trying to bring us back, so I'm trying to ride them up a little bit. But we better realize that we all in the same boat. I don't care how light or dark you are, you still a nigga in America. You still a nigga in America. I don't care if you a Delta, a Kappa, an Alpha, Omega, you a nigga in America. Then it's 1819. 100 years after that, Negroes were brought to Alabama. Alabama was introduced into the Union as a slave state. And Alabama was critical to our development. Alabama was critical in terms of demonizing black people in America and understanding the limits. This is why in Alabama and in Mississippi and in southern states, where black identity was being demonized, even as black labor was being exploited. And that's why Martin Luther King Jr. talked about Alabama. Down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, right there in Alabama. It didn't start in 1963. In 1819, when those black people were introduced into Alabama, it changed the demography and the destiny of that state. And so wherever we have gone, we have changed the outlook of the people. Then in 1919, 300 years later, it was from May to October, the bloodiest race riots until then in the history of this country. James Weldon Johnson called it Red Summer, causing Claude McKay to say, if we must die, let it not be like Hawes, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back. In that same year, in 1919, 83 black people were lynched. Do you know many of them returning from World War II. They have their uniforms on. Spare me about calling us anti-American. Spare me the language of saying that we are not real Democrats, small d. Spare me the notion that we are not patriots. We love this country so much, we went to fight in a war that guaranteed freedoms we would never enjoy. And when we got back home, they lynched us, hated us so much that they couldn't stand the sight of us wearing their uniforms. I hate to admit it, I hate to tell them, we've been better Americans than you've been. We don't love this creed more than you. You hear every speaker today say this is the greatest nation on earth. You better be glad we weren't from another group. They be blowing stuff up, jacking stuff up. What about if black people had put car bombs under the cars of white folk? What about if we had poisoned your water stream? We didn't do that. We went to church to pray to Jesus to get the hell out of you and the poison out of us. Then in 2019, here we have the specter of this orange apparition. This white supremacist, this ignorant ass, uninformed, untutored man, proud to be unmolested by enlightenment, proud to be ignorant. Let's be honest, he just got swag envy of the man who had the job before he had it. Now that man wasn't perfect. I know a lot of y'all act like y'all Donald Trump supporters, supporting Donald Trump when you can never admit that the guy you like did some stuff that's wrong. Ain't no harm to admit the man who had the job before him ain't done everything he could have done. That don't mean we don't like him and don't miss him. We miss him every day. Most of you miss Negroes who can speak the King's English to the Queen's taste. He actually read books that he had not written. He actually was highly intelligent. But he could have done more to fix the race problem. I know it was tough on him. The white supremacists were after him every day. But he only found out too late they ain't gonna never love you. You got to do you. These white supremacists will never see your humanity, never acknowledge your intelligence, never acknowledge your spirit. So you got to do for Negroes what you do for Negroes when you're in position to do for Negroes. They come out the White House in a skull cap with a gold grill on his teeth, picking up his newspaper with those Magic Johnson socks, and looked up at the folk and said, "What? Get up, you Negro. I'm living in public housing. So what?" And every time he walked down Air Force One, it's like 50 Cent's music was playing in the background. I don't know what you heard about me, but look like you got $1 out of me. He had style, panache, skill, debonair, good looking, had shown up, can't be missed, black, white, that he connected with in the White House. And she ain't taking no tea for the fever. She a real black woman. Don't shout and talk. Cerebral, beautiful, confident, and spiritual. I'm going to go on here, I'm going to leave you with it, but I'll tell you this, in 2019 and 2019, we are facing the prospect of a vicious white supremacist resurgence, a recrudescent bigotry, the bigotocracy, the hateocracy, the far-right white supremacist crackerocracy that is in America, that refuses to acknowledge our humanity. So you better hold on to the humanity of the black people who birthed you. You better realize you black in America, ain't nothing gonna change. So stop being ashamed of it. Like your nose, like your lips, like your hips, like your hair, like your culture, like your music. Everybody want to be us. Everybody want to take what we got, except the pain and the hardship and the heartache and the suffering that we endure. And so I leave you with the words of that old black woman. Be who you is, and not who you ain't. Because if you is what you ain't, you am what you not. You gotta recognize you are who you are. They ask me all the time, Tyson, why do you keep calling upon all those black people and those rappers especially that are problematic to us? I'll tell you why. Because at their best, they recognize they Negroes too. At their best, they recognize what they are. That's why Biggie said, I used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No Pete, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days, not to sip champagne when we. They right I like the life I live, because I went from, and if you don't know, now you know. Then my man Jay-Z said, God forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Imagine me allowing you to nitpick at me and portray me like a pick-a-me. We mad at Jay-Z for going to have a meeting with some white folk, and we done made the chicken sandwich